Hi, I'm Alana Phillips, and you're watching Madhousetv.com.
Watch Legal Straight Talk right here on Long Island Public Access, Channel 20.
I am Tommy Marr, otherwise known as the Maverick Soul, and I am live in the Madhouse for my show, Maverick Soul Hour. Come and join us. It's the place to be. Right here on Madhouse TV, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we will put you out to the entire world. You got that right.
Why are you playing with your toys?
I watched Madhouse TV.
Hi, I'm Jerry Parisi. Welcome to tonight's edition of the Filmmaker Show. And to my left,
is Michelle Parisi.
look at that. She actually introduces herself. She has a little push thing. I pull in the back, and her name comes out. Mine just shuts me up. Anyway.
I have to pull the string in the back of this.
Anyway, we got a really amazing show tonight. But I have to also welcome one of our little dears who's been kidnapped and now lives in New York. Our dear Alana Phillips, who's with us. But we got the greatest guests in the world tonight. We got the folks from Nick and Nikki and somebody I have known for almost 11 years, professional in the industry, somebody I looked up to who's truly mentored me. I want to introduce everyone to casting director Donna McKenna, who is part of the CSA.
CSA.
Welcome, Donna, to the show.
Welcome. And we also have Jill DeMonstoy, who is an amazing actress. She's only in like 75,000 things. And so we're going to make you count them off now, Jill.
And welcome, Jill.
So welcome
Michelle.
everybody to the
Yes.
Filmmaker Show. So why don't you open up the questions, dear?
So I want to start with Donna, and it's so great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here on your wonderful, fantastic show.
I know all the millions of things that you're doing, and you've involved us, thankfully, in some of them. And I was wondering how you got started in all of this.
Oh, how I got started.
Yes, the old starter question.
Oh my God, that's a long, long time ago. You know, it's somebody took a chance on me.
Wow.
And somebody took a chance on me on the first film I ever did here on Long Island, and it snowballed. You just meet people, and it just snowballs. And you know, I've been really blessed to have incredible support team of people that took chances on me to help me.
But you're driven too. There's no two ways about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't stop. So you might have been blessed on the way in, but once you get your foot in the door, if you don't prove yourself, and you've been in the industry, very respected for the longest time.
Oh,
you know?
thank you.
And we had the pleasure of being on set with her and seeing her from the inside,
That was fun.
How you just orchestrate everything together and it all just flowed so beautifully.
That was
True.
fun, and it was
Yeah.
cold that day. Oh my
Very.
goodness gracious, you guys were troopers.
And I was too vain to put a sweater on under that jacket.
Oh my God, you were amazing, and you got into the newspaper.
I
What
know.
was it, like the Times or one of Broadway
it
World?
was,
or something?
it was New York City Record or something to that effect.
It was some big paper
and
with Lenny.
yeah, she's right on it.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm
That
looking
was
at
fun.
Facebook one morning and I'm like, Jerry, I'm in the newspaper. And he's like, you are and I'm not. How did that
Well,
happen?
the funny thing was, that morning she was in a newspaper. I was in Playboy in a centerfold. It was wonderful.
Oh yeah,
And then he woke up from his dream.
I love it. I loved it when I found out you were in the newspaper. And my motto, which I use all the time, and I go by it, is expect the unexpected in this life, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
just go with it. And it was unexpected, and you were in there. And it was
I
great.
need to get a copy of that paper.
Oh yeah, we'll try to
Hard
get you that. I
copy.
was so
Yeah.
happy that
Yes,
you were in it.
I was too. It was great.
And I wanted to ask you, so you're an actress.
Yes.
How long have you been acting? And what got you into acting?
I want to say that I've been acting for, I think, since I was born, kind of thing. It was what I always had a
We all
love
are.
for. That's
Right.
always what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you're only 15 years old because you look so good. All right, great.
Yeah.
I'm double
She's
check.
beautiful, by the way. Both of them are.
Aw.
And then I went to, my first lead was at a community college in theater. And then I really fell in love with it. Then I really got the whole bug. So then I went to SUNY New Paltz. I got my theater degree there. And then I did the big move from the farm to the city kind of thing. And moved to Brooklyn, this little tiny apartment, and started working as an actress and pounding the pavement and doing whatever I could to find work.
What inspired you to get into acting? Did anybody inspire you? Was there a movie star that you adored? Was it a family member?
Probably Jerry Parisi. He's very good.
Really? I've never heard of him. Never.
Oh,
heard
you
of him.
will. You will.
Yeah, John.
I think one of my acting idols is Parker Posey.
Parker Posey.
And you're like her. I love that.
Because I love, she
Yes.
gets to do so many different roles. That's so much fun.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
Sure.
people that get pigeonholed, and she's just kind of went and did whatever she wanted.
Jill's great. Jill and I met on a movie set.
I was just going to say, how did you guys
Oh my
meet?
God, I read your mind. Oh my goodness, how long, Jill?
I want to say 12 years ago?
No, I think it's longer.
Longer? We'll say 12.
Yeah.
Because you're only 15. Let's get
Yes.
that
I think
straight.
13 or 12. 12, but we met on a movie set.
Yeah.
And the rest is history, and we're
Speaking
still
of
together.
seeing something in someone, so I was doing, it's kind of interning as a wardrobe stylist because basically I was trying to do anything I possibly could to get my foot on a film
Sure.
set.
Which is
Sure.
important, if I might add.
Yes.
For anybody out there, I always say, even if you want to be in front of the camera, go behind the scenes too. Learn every aspect.
Absolutely
of
agreed.
the industry.
Agreed.
So
Agreed
continue
fully.
your story.
So I was working, and she found out through word of mouth that I was an actress, and she was like, "Well, how come you haven't? I didn't
How come you're not in this
realize-
movie?
Yeah, how come you're not in this movie?" And then so there was a part that opened up, and she ran over to me and basically said, "I want you in that part," and I had a part the next day. It was really cool.
And I'm so
That's
thankful
awesome.
for that movie because so many amazing people from that movie came into my life
What was
and
the name
Jill's
of the
life.
movie?
Yeah.
It was called The Town That Saved Christmas at the time, or Banned Christmas. But
They've
I mean,
changed it a couple times.
we met lifelong friends. Hunter Gomez, Kevin Brown, Adam Ferrara,
Wow.
Anthony Magano. Oh my God, who else?
Drew.
Drew. Oh my God, Drew,
Drew.
who we all know, Drew and love.
Drew
and,
was on our show already.
so many
Wonderful.
other people. So,
Yeah.
we're all still, in contact after
That's
13,
awesome.
14
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
So as time has gone on,
Mm-hmm.
you've gotten bigger roles and you guys are working closely together. What are some of the other things that you've done together?
We did a lot the last 2 years. And, she auditions for me. Oh, yeah. She goes on stage.
There's no
She's got
freebies.
There ain't no freebies. No way.
I work really,
She works
really
hard.
hard to get these parts.
But you know what? She is a chameleon. And, a role came up. We have this film that we shot last year that I'm really proud of that'll be coming out soon called Night Sweats. And it's directed by Andrew Lyman Clark, right? Did I
Yes.
say it right?
Yes.
She's going to help me with the names so I don't mess up. Stars John Wesley Shipp and Allison Mackey, right?
Yes.
And a bunch of other people, Trey Givens and Kyle. What's Kyle's last name?
I'm gonna butcher it.
Let's Google
We're
it.
sorry, Kyle.
Go.
And they're Mary Lynn Ramsey, right?
Yes.
Got to name everybody. But
Mary
anyway,
Lynn.
there was a part with a woman that has to be a patient in a hospital and she has to suffer a seizure. Now that's really hard to do. And my director was really concerned about that part. So I called her up and I'm like, you know what? I know you could do this. I know you could do this. And she taped it and she had us in tears. We really thought. You said when you were on set, what happened? Didn't they think that you were really like...
Yeah, I was on set and the AD started cringing, and you know how sometimes you can see things out of the corner of your eye and you're thinking, oh man, I'm terrible, I'm really bad. And he actually like cringed and left the room, and so then I'm like looking around and later I'm like, was it that bad? And he was like, no, you just disturbed me. I needed to get out of the room.
Scary.
It was scary.
It was really scary.
Wow, that's interesting.
But I knew she could do that and I trusted her because, you know, any actor that comes in and auditions for me and when they do good, I look good.
That's exactly
You know,
right.
to be honest, and it is
How
my
did you-
career and my job, and I just knew she could do it. And
How did you do that? Like, what did you, was there something that you
Fabulous
reached-
thing.
YouTube is
I just looked up real seizures. I didn't look up seizures that people were having on TV and movies. I looked
Right.
up the real thing.
Sure, that's
and
the
went from
research.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
I
Yeah.
researched
Absolutely.
everything.
I have a question for you, Donna.
sure.
So the world out there who wants to get involved with, let's say, a casting director, and there's so many people that try very hard but get nowhere because they may not have the right ingredients or even the right headshots or something to that effect. Before we go into some of the other things, give me a piece of advice for everyone who's watching this to get an idea. How do they get in front of a casting director?
Well, I mean, there's many avenues. There's meet and greets.
Yeah.
Being in a play and inviting us to a play or a showcase. A lot of talent gets discovered that way. Networking groups.
Sure.
And, you know, just sending your photo. Some
Right.
of us allow it, some don't, right, Jill? Like you can send to some and you can't. But a lot, I would think, meet and greets, right?
Yeah.
A lot of workshops.
Interning.
Interning, yes. And film festivals, you know,
What kinds of workshops?
well, I do some workshops. Screen Actors Guild offers a workshop, which is complimentary to
It's all of us members,
union
right?
actors, and I
Got
love
it.
doing that. And you know, you come in, you meet me, we do scenes, we have fun, you do Q&A, and you stay on my radar.
That's
you know.
so important, so important.
Going to film festivals too, I always tell actors, even if you don't have a film in there,
Go anyway,
mingle.
learn,
I mean,
learn.
I scout, me and her, we're like, oh, I wonder if that's an actor. She goes, of course it's an actor. They're at a film festival with free booze. It's an actor. So, but,
Donna, I
you
have
know,
a question. So a lot of people, me included,
Mm-hmm.
will always go through, let's say, through Casting Central or something.
Sure.
And you'll do background work. I was upgraded, of course, on The Family.
Mm-hmm.
That's episode 7 to all you wrote into me. The reality is, some people think it's wonderful. Other people think it's not a good idea because you're going to be pigeonholed as background. I don't know how you take it, but give me your take on that. What is the better thing to do? Not to do the background
Mm-hmm. Right.
or whatever, or to do it?
well, I like to call it ambiance.
Ambiance.
I like to call it ambiance.
I like that name.
Yeah, instead of background.
Yeah,
because
ambiance.
You know why?
ambiance.
Yeah, it's the ambiance of the film. To me, background's very, very important.
Sure.
I started out casting background, and before I did principal actors, and they're really important because you're part of the whole ensemble and
It
the
sets
team.
the scene.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely. And I always tell people, starting out is good to do, of course, and you know it depends on the individual's career choice. Now, there's some people that just want to do ambiance background, you know.
Sure.
That's great.
They
That's
want to be
fine.
that guy eating the hot
Yes,
dog.
that
Yeah.
makes them happy. They're called professional, you know, background
Sure, the
people.
background people,
Absolutely. But if you want to go to the next level and you have enough credits for that, it is better to move on and go for the under five so
Absolutely.
you're not, you know, being taken just as the background.
Absolutely.
Especially for some of the, I believe the networks, if I'm not mistaken. I think if you do like too much background, and you're seen too much, right? They can't put you in and build
Sure,
you
then they
apart.
can't put you, and that's what Angela's always telling me.
Yeah, no,
Don't
managers
so
will say that.
much.
So starting out is great.
Hooray, say.
Starting out as Angela, we love Angela. I love the accessories.
And I love your voice for
It was
it.
great.
All right, say money on
Starting out in background is a great way to start. You know, student films are wonderful. Look, I've been so blessed with student films. I've had stars in student films.
Sure.
My wonderful stars, you know, have been in student films, and you know, they get screened all over the world, and you know, anything you could do to get seen and get your foot in the door.
That's
you know?
exactly right.
And as
That's
I
how
tell
agree.
actors all the time, don't wait for the phone to ring.
Right.
Make it happen
Yeah,
yourself.
Make opportunities.
Make it happen, and you'll see I'm going to say my next show. This is your show, sorry. But the next show, my buddies are coming
You can have
on.
it, it's yours.
My buddies are coming on from Nick and Nicky.
Yeah, I'm
and
excited
they
about
made
that.
it happen. Now,
right.
Patrick Askin is a wonderful actor, and, you know, he knows the motto, don't wait for the phone to ring. This is...
You can't.
This
Not,
time-
there's only one lifetime to do this,
Absolutely.
and
So
you know
what are
what?
so what are
Can't
things
do it.
what are things that you would say to
Go
a
out and
person?
make your own film. Make a
Right.
short. She's writing right now. I'm so excited. I tell her, don't wait for the phone to ring. Write your own thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm
correct.
working on 3 projects right now, and they're wonderful projects with amazing cast, and most of it is being done by people that created it for their own vehicle.
And that's exactly
And
what
that's
you
what
do.
you do.
Right.
And that's
And
exactly
you
what
can
we're
do
doing.
that. We make independent films. This is not Hollywood film. We don't need a lot of, you know, money or a lot of fringes or, you know, glitz and glamour. You make it work. Everyone, you know, that's in the industry usually has a million friends in the industry. Jerry, I'm sure you know a writer, you know a guy with a camera,
Absolutely.
you know
I
actors.
got the world.
Get
Yeah, I
together
really
and
do.
make
And
it
the
happen.
advertising part.
Absolutely.
The advertising part really aids a lot to what I
Yep.
do because it puts everybody out there then
Yes.
in another way.
Yeah.
And that's important.
And you do it and you put it in film festivals.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's how you get.
And speaking of
Yeah.
advertising, social media has become such a huge deal with film. Do you guys have any fan pages on Facebook or Twitter that you want to
do.
share?
Yes.
Yes. I think I saw Donna McKenna.
Don't ask me what they are,
casting.
but I know I have. Okay, they're there. They're there, and I
Oh,
know.
don't ask me what
You know,
they are.
it's funny. I like Twitter, and I have so many amazing followers on Twitter, and I just don't have the time to keep up with it, and I try. And
Yes,
but I've got
wow.
all these followers from all different genres. You know, we did this ghost story with my producing partner and lovely actress Deborah Twist, who
Yeah,
actually is one of the
wonderful.
stars in Nick and Nicky.
Yeah, she's
and
wonderful.
We did a ghost story called we was Sebastian, and then it's called Cry From Within, and we did it out here in Bayport.
Oh, that's right. I remember when you did that. That was great.
So I have all these horror fans now, and they did write-ups, you know, about the film and us in the horror magazine. So I've got all these horror fans. And then we did Night Sweats with John Wesley Shipp, and he was Flash Gordon, right? Years ago, the Flash.
yeah.
So now I have all these Flash
me too.
what is it, Comic-Con people
You're
following
right.
me because he'll retweet and everything. So it's really
That's
cool.
great.
It's really fun, and then so yeah.
You got to make an appearance at Comic Con.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It could be fun.
Oh,
But yes,
that's
but going
true.
back, if I can, to A Cry From Within, we
Please.
shot it here. You know, Deborah wrote it, directed it, stars in it. You know, that's a vehicle for her. We're so proud of it. It stars Eric Roberts, Kathy Moriarty, Robert Vaughn,
Oh,
Jim
God.
McCaffrey.
I remember when you
Oh,
did
my
that. I saw
goodness.
Robert Vaughn, right,
Yes.
from Uncle.
Yes.
Kathy Moriarty.
Yes.
We all know a wonderful woman,
Yes.
wonderful lady.
Yes,
Wow.
amazing. And it's on iTunes or Amazon. It was on Video on Demand for a while, and I don't know if it's still on there, but it's on Verizon on Demand, I think.
Sure.
And it's on Amazon or something.
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon too.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
We did it. And we used a lot of local Long Island people to be our avions. And they had a great time. And a lot of them, I was so excited because I got to get their eligibility into the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah, you do
So a lot
that
of-
beautifully. You're
fun.
you're one string puller when you need to be. I have a question for you. Speaking
Sure.
of the Screen Actors Guild, now, first of all, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that the only 2 hubs are Hollywood and New York City. And once you're out of that area, even in Long Island, explain to the audience, because I don't think they get that, and I'm trying to get it myself. The unions control within the 5 boroughs and everything beyond that. Is that true? Is a location. Like Long Island is a location. It's not a set. Does that sound right to you?
I don't know how to answer that correctly because I don't really know the union rules. I mean, here in New York, your Screen Actors Guild,
Yeah.
it's all the same thing. I mean, there are some states where it's a right to work state,
Right.
so you don't, but I've shot in Texas, and I go to Texas and I do workshops for the Screen
Right.
Actors Guild down there.
Sure.
So I think each state has their own division of the Screen Actors Guild.
Okay, I think we're
Yeah.
close to it. I just know one thing. I heard this too. Hollywood and New York City shoot, and New York City's shooting right now 4 times the amount.
They probably are, but in all honesty, too, Atlanta's shooting a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Florida,
going on.
too.
Florida, yeah, it's all over. You know, I mean, I love, you know, I'm a Long Island girl.
Sure.
So whatever I dabble in, and if I have a little input, I try to bring even a scene out here to Long Island, and I've been pretty successful doing that, right?
Absolutely.
Except the film I did in Italy, which I'm so proud of,
I'm
but it was
in
Italy.
Italy.
What's the film you did in Italy?
Oh my God, I'm so proud. It's called Leaves of the Tree.
Okay.
And that brought me a whole new film family too. That'll be coming out soon. It's winning a lot of awards at the festival. That stars Sean Young, Eric Roberts, Federico Castelluccio.
Right, from the
From The Sopranos.
I
It was
remember meeting it at the-
brilliant.
Yeah,
And no,
yeah.
it's not a mob movie.
Oh, okay.
Who else is in that? Oh my goodness. A new young teen actress that I found in a workshop in Houston, Texas, called Sarah Sebastiana. Amada Sante is in that.
Oh my, okay, got all those
Tyler
names.
I was gonna say,
Hollinger.
Tyler's on
See,
that.
you're here to help me out. Who else? I'm gonna be in trouble.
Quick
It's directed
cast,
by
Iris.
Ante Novakovic, and it's based on a true, semi-true story of the life of the family in Texas, David and Rebecca Healy, and it's based on his book Kindness for the Dam, and I love it. That's so special to me because I met this extraordinary family in Texas who are now my family.
That's great.
And it's
That's
great.
sort of like Alana. We adopted her. She's
Yes,
not going
it's
home.
great. I go to Texas all the time. Yeah.
And you're not going home.
And I have this whole family in Italy now. Yes. And you know what was really remarkable? It's directed by Ante Novakovic. Crest Novakovic is in it. Marisa Brown. We brought New York crew to Italy and combined it with Italian crew. It was just great to see the two countries work together
Yeah.
happily and become a family and create this amazing
I love
film.
that. Donna,
Yeah.
what do you look for when someone sends something out? Let's say a notice goes up, you're casting for X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
X, Y, and Z goes out there. Now, theoretically, there's hundreds of headshots you might get.
Hundreds.
Thousands?
I'm doing. Yeah.
Seriously? More
I'm
than
doing.
thousands?
She knows. She's
What do you
in it.
look for?
You
How do
know,
you find them?
it's hard. I just got done casting a pilot today in the car.
Yes.
Literally coming here. And what was it, 5 roles? 6 roles? And I've gotten over, I think it's 5,900 submissions for 5 roles.
Wow.
It breaks my heart because there's so many amazing actors.
5,900 shots. This is important
Yes.
for you guys to know this. 5,900 headshots
Yeah.
for 5
Yes.
roles that are pivotal because
Yes.
once you get, let's say you get a 6-foot actor and you're casting all the people around 6 foot to make it work, and suddenly you picked up somebody else instead because he dropped out,
Right.
and he's 5'3",
Yes.
and suddenly now you got to recast everybody,
Yes.
otherwise they tower over
Oh,
them.
sure, sure.
Or someone's got red hair and now the star has red hair.
Yes.
We got to get rid of all the red-headed girls and make them.
Absolutely.
So really, what we're really telling everybody is not to give up.
No, never give up. I
Never
always say
give
that.
up.
And you know, for me especially, I always tell actors, and especially when they come into my room, I went through all those thousands of headshots, and I saw 48 girls yesterday for 4 roles
Wow.
because the other one was put on tape. That's not a lot of people. I went through every bit of picture, reels, and everything. So I tell everybody, you know, when you walk in my room for an audition, number one, you're there. I'm rooting for you. I want you to do well, and you know, you got handpicked. You're handpicked.
That's great.
But I always tell people never give up. And you know,
Never give up.
if I could say to actors, it's really important because they beat themselves up and it breaks my heart, and they
Sure.
shouldn't. You guys don't know why you didn't get cast. Most of the time, it's not
Agreed.
because you're not talented. It's because you don't fit the puzzle that I'm trying to put together with the director.
Right.
And that's what casting is. I do my casting like a jigsaw puzzle. I start with my, 4 corners and fill them in. Like when we were doing The Leaves of the Tree, I had Eric. He was signed on. Who am I going to get to play Eric's wife? Who's going to fit? Then Sean Young came on board. You know, who am I going to get to fit this ensemble? And all the pieces had to fit perfectly. And like you said, height is a big problem.
Sure.
For me, hair color, weight, all that's not a problem because we can make it work. I love diversity. I use all ethnicities because that's what life is, right?
Sure,
Right.
sure. That's very
But
important.
never give up, and you don't know what we're thinking, so I tell actors, just come in, give it your all, and do your best, and your goal, of course, is to get the part, but it's also to leave an impression for the next part. Like, I remember, like, those women that I cast yesterday, I didn't cast, I auditioned, excuse me. They're not all going to get cast, but I already have things in mind for some of the other women I've seen.
Sure.
And it makes
Right.
my
Sure.
job easier for the next time.
Sure, that's always important. You know
so
that.
it's good, but never give up. Never give up.
So never give up. That's one of the most important things. And speaking of giving up, oh my God, that was a very, very...
We're done?
Almost. We got
Oh
a
my
few more
goodness
questions.
gracious.
But before we go, let's figure out a couple of things.
Sure.
To get in touch with you, Donna, for anything, because you're such a mentor, how do they find you in real life?
Well, they can find me on Facebook,
Facebook?
Twitter, something, right? What's my handle?
Twitter something, guys.
If you look up Donna McKenna, it pops up.
Do you have a website?
I don't have a website yet. It's in the works. They can Google. I have an email. I'm not really good at answering emails right now because I'm working.
What is it,
so much.
DMMcasting@AOL.com?
Yes, yeah, they
I
can.
know
That's
that
fine.
one.
They can send me their, they can send me their headshot and their picture and all
That's
that.
awesome. And what about you, Jill? Should someone see you, they love you, they want you to make you the next big star, how can they find you?
I have JillDemonstoy.com.
Okay.
And also you can find me Jill Demonstoy on Facebook. That's my business page.
Can you spell your last name?
Yes. DEMONSTOY.
Thank you, that's
Thank you.
important.
My brain hurts.
Yay!
And how can we find you, Alana, if we needed you?
Oh, if you want to
Other than
find
looking
me.
in our bedroom. Not our bedroom, the house.
I like that. Whoa!
Give people the wrong idea. Well, if you want to find me, you can go on Facebook.com/official Alana Phillips. You can also find me on Twitter as Roxy Surfs, and then on Instagram I'm Alana_Phillips.
That's fun.
And don't forget the filmmakers page.
Oh, and the filmmakers page.
Because you're
of
always
course.
reminding me to say.
And also, guys, if you want to like our page, you can go on to Facebook.com/filmmakershow. And
Good.
follow Jerry Parisi on Twitter as well. 'Cause
So
he
many
always
people
forgets
follow
to
me.
tell you guys.
So let me just say this. We'll be right back. If you're watching us on Madhouse TV tonight, stick around. We got another whole show. If you're watching us on Channel 20, well, you're out of luck. You got to wait till next week. But however, there are four wonderful people that stand behind this studio that I could never get along without. And that's Vicki Mealy, who's tirelessly working on us. Tom Mealy, the iconic Tommy Marr, and Janine Zerilli. Thank you guys from us here at the Filmmakers Show for watching us. Again, stick around. We'll be right back.
Woo. Good night.
Good night.
Hi, I'm Alana Phillips, and you're watching Madhousetv.com. Watch Legal Straight Talk right here on Long Island Public Access, Channel 20.
I am Tommy Marr, otherwise known as the Maverick Soul, and I am live in the Madhouse for my show, Maverick Soul Hour. Come and join us. It's the place to be. Right here on Madhouse TV, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we will put you out to the entire world. You got that right.
Why are you playing with your toys?
I watching Madhouse TV.
Hi, I'm Jerry Parisi. Welcome back to the Filmmaker Show tonight. And we've got part 2 of our show here, which includes my wife when she doesn't pull my string.
Now pull your ears. I'm Michelle Parisi.
Oh, you are?
If anybody wants to know.
Well, we have the same wonderful people from our original show, Donna McKenna and Jill Montestoy. I say that badly. I'm sorry.
With our West Coast correspondent.
With our West Coast correspondent,
correspondent.
Alana Phillips, who's now living in my stepson's room. That's the
No, wait a minute.
bedroom
My
over there.
stepson's my son is in college, so
Well-
you're starting all these problems.
Right.
on
I liked
television.
that rumor, though. I liked that rumor.
It's a
You put
rumor.
one in your bedroom.
And I just want to give a shout out to Cheryl Mello Berry. You're not getting your daughter back. We're keeping her. All right, so wait. We got an amazing show. Wait for what?
We have to introduce. You have to introduce the people from Nick and Nikki.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The motley crew from Nick and Mickey. I don't know that they're wonderful. And we have the producer, Mr. Patrick Ashkin tonight. Did I say it right?
Askin, yes.
Askin. And of course we have Marcus, and say your last name again.
Slaybine.
Slaybine ring.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He's the director.
He's the director. And of course, Ian Witt. Am I correct, sir?
Correct.
Is one of the actors.
Yes. And I'm going to open this right up
and-
to you, Alana, you
And
first.
we had,
Me
and
first?
We had,
Yeah.
Wait a second. We
What?
had the pleasure of being in their movie.
That's
I
true.
think that's worth mentioning.
God in heaven, no. That's
But
true.
wait, can I add something too?
Go right ahead, Donna.
They're the lead actors, Nick and Nikki.
Yay!
Oh, that's good. Open
No,
up.
you go first because you.
Well, tell us about Nick and Nikki to start, and we'll go from there.
Nick and Nikki is what I'm calling a modern day screwball murder mystery. It is inspired by my love of classic Hollywood comedies from the 30s and 40s. And the template for it, these two characters, is Nick and Nora Charles from that series of movies. So I watch these movies again and again and again from that era. And I watch Turner Classic Movies, and I'll watch them again and again. I love those kind of comedies. And they don't make movies like that anymore. So I decided I'm going to make a movie like that.
That's great.
That was the inspiration for it. So I'd never written a screenplay before, but I thought, you know what? I've been watching movies for so long, I think I know what I want to do. And it all comes from the characters.
The protocol.
And I
too.
think actors what gives us an advantage in writing our own materials is that we understand characters. So I sat down and I wrote the rough draft, and it slowly poured out of me, and then we did a bunch of readings, and I did more rewrites, and then I raised some money, and then we started filming, and now we're making a movie. So.
And you did that all in 5 minutes. That was amazing.
It's definitely a longer process than that. So.
At what point did Donna and Marcus come in to the mix?
Donna had talked in the previous show about a puzzle. Making a movie is putting together the pieces of a puzzle, and the pieces have to fit together just right. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Right. So before I started the process, of course, the first step is getting the casting director. So I had Donna in mind from the get-go because I'd done one of her seminars, and then I met her at the Hamptons Film Festival. And what impressed me about her is, first of all, she does independent film. She's incredibly passionate, and she understands actors. So I knew right away that she was the right casting director for this. Unfortunately, she was actually she was filming in Italy when I wanted to start this process, so I had to kind of delay the project. Then the second step was finding the right director, and Marcus was referred to me. And I make a lot of my decisions as a producer based on instinct. And I met Marcus, and he loved the script, and we met, and it just felt right. But I did ask him one interview question. I asked you, Marcus, what kind of director are you?
And I responded with, I'm an actor's director.
Which is exactly what I wanted to hear, because these characters are very vivid and they talk a lot, and I needed someone who was an actor's director. So that was the next piece of the puzzle.
And how do you define?
I was just going to say the same thing.
Well, I mean, there's all different types of directors. I mean, there's visual directors that will visualize every single shot, every angle, everything before they even get out on there. Like take Sam Raimi, for instance. He has a storyboard of every single shot, and he goes up to his DP and says, I'm going to tell you exactly where to put the lights in, put the cameras, put everything there, and this is how it's going to happen, and we're going to do it this way. And that's how he works. For me, I'm a lot more in tune with the actors and pulling out the characters out of them. It's one of those things where it comes down to, I feel for an actor to really be able to give a great performance, they have to be comfortable. They have to be comfortable on the set. They have to be comfortable in their own skin. They have to be comfortable also with the person that's telling them exactly what to do or how to do something. And there's a whole trust thing. If they're trusting me that what I'm asking them to do is actually logical and is going to make them look good, then I also, in turn, also have to trust them that whatever's in my mind is going to be shown on screen. The best case scenario was I did this film a while ago that we had 3 completely different types of actors. It was called The Break-In, and we had a guy playing a killer who was a complete method actor who was in the character always. I had to speak to him as if I was talking to him through his mind. I had another actor that was able to go in and out and also was really good with stunts. So him, I was able to just kind of speak to like on a different type of form. And then we had another actor who had really never done anything before. So it was like breaking everything down by piece. And I learned very quickly how to kind of how to adjust to each actor, because every actor is different.
You must have a theatrical background of some sort.
I was meant to ask him that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
please.
No,
guys.
you.
You.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say, did you have any acting experience before?
So when I was a kid, I did want to be an actor, and then I realized I can't act.
Oh.
You never told me that.
You can act.
No.
I know actors.
A lot of people say, and then they get me on camera, and then they're like, "Oh, this is why he's behind the camera." But I mean, like, for me, like acting-wise, I never took any acting classes. I never learned how to I know the basics, but at the same time, I'm horrible with remembering lines. Mm-hmm. I'm literally saying to myself, okay, I'm bad at remembering lines. Unless it's complete improv. Yeah, I mean the Marlon Brando way. But I mean, like for me, I've always been into films. Even as a kid, I watched movies nonstop. Right. I would sneak downstairs. My dad would have Death Wish 3 on, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, Charles Bronson is amazing!" And I would just watch movies. And then when DVD came out, oh my God, I was amazed. I was like, commentaries. Let me watch every one. I would buy tons of movies and just watch movies nonstop. And I learned and I studied actors and good actors and bad actors and great movies and horrible movies. And just kind of would pick apart every little aspect of it in terms of characters. Like take a great actor and put him in a movie that is bad. Why is this failing? Why is this person Oscar
They didn't cast me. That's why.
Yeah, it makes a great point, and I tell young actors all the time, watch movies.
Yeah,
sure.
My acting teacher, what started me loving movies, my acting teacher said, if you can't afford to go to the theater, watch movies. So I'd watch all the current movies, but they'd make like 4 or 5 good movies a year. So that's when I discovered classic Hollywood, and I would watch these movies again and again and again. And that's what allowed me then to be able to have the confidence and ability to write my own screenplay. So watch movies.
Oh,
Watch
totally.
what works, what doesn't work.
Totally. When I was casting Saturday in the Park, Larry Romano's film, one of the audition requirements were it was young kids, early 20s. They had to watch Mean Streets and Fort Apache, the Bronx.
Oh, is it?
And if they walked in and when they didn't watch it, Larry was like, that was your requirement, because we were looking for the next new young Marlon Brando and Al Pacino, and he wanted them to, and the movie was kind of based on what those movies were about, and he wanted it to reference.
Right, and then when we cast Ian as Nicky, which we can talk about in a minute, I gave him homework.
You
I
did
said,
too.
I said,
see?
watch these particular movies, and you will understand what we're doing with this film.
Tell us the truth, Nikki.
That's
Was it math
important.
homework or just spelling?
And was it Common Core?
Oh, that's a big question.
It was a movie. I watched a movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Homework.
Yeah,
That's
I gave you
important.
several
though.
movies to watch.
That's
I gave you 3 or 4.
important.
He's just reached his quota of words of 3, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was a movie.
And what movie?
The first one was Anti-Mame.
Okay.
Oh,
That was the first
fun.
one, and I mean the Thin
The
Man,
Philadelphia
obviously.
Story.
Thin Man, yeah.
And the Philadelphia
Because these
Story.
movies have the same sophisticated humor
Yeah.
that
Sure.
I'm trying to
I like
recapture.
sophisticated humor.
I'm trying to do a modern day. I'm actually trying to reinvent a genre, which is this sort of screwball comedy.
And you are.
And I so anyway, but he then he kind of got what we were doing. So
And how important, because you both are starring in it, there's a chemistry between the two of you that you really had to attain. Tell us about, between the two of you, what you feel your chemistry was with each other that makes this work as two, lovers.
well, once I hired Marcus, my next step was to find the right Nicky.
Right.
So it was a tall order. I need a young actor who's very good looking, who's good with comedy, who's talented, and is going to have chemistry with me.
Sure.
We auditioned several actors, but as soon as we auditioned Ian, Marcus and I kind of looked at each other and like, yes, this just worked. And the chemistry was already there. We didn't create it. It was already there between
It's
these
so
two actors.
important.
It was very important.
It's really the most important thing when you're acting. The chemistry. I think the hardest thing anybody could do is love someone, especially with a camera, with a screen that big in front of your face, or actually hate someone.
Well,
the depths of that have
Okay,
to be
but
shown.
there are examples of married couples who have done films together, had zero chemistry. Laurence Olivier and Merle Oberon, who made Wuthering Heights, they hated each other. Watch the movie. They're incredible together. Screen chemistry is a very intangible thing. So
Interesting.
Chemistry, trust. I unfortunately can't take credit for this amazing talent. I'll take credit for his next projects, though.
There you go.
but to that, then we had to cast all these other roles. And
Right,
Donna has
ensemble.
assembled I have all these great supporting characters. And she has assembled a amazing group of supporting characters, but what she really brought to us was who's playing his mother.
Oh, Sean Young.
Do we know her?
Sean Young, married
Sean Young, of course.
If I might add about the casting process, what Marcus was saying about trust, it is very, very important. Now, Patrick's the producer and the actor, and that's great. But one thing an actor, when I'm talking to them about, Patrick's story, I give it to them. Do you trust the director, Donna? Do you know the director? Tell me about the director. So I'm vouching, for the director to the actor, so the actor feels comfortable and knows they'll be in good hands. And I had to Patrick and I already had a relationship, so I needed to form a relationship with Marcus, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then we went out, we had a couple of beers, and we were all good, right?
Oh, we were
and
good
I'm
right from
like,
the
they're
start.
gonna
And then I
love
got a
you.
text from her saying, I love Marcus.
Oh my God.
Swear to God.
We did. And then, it's funny though, I just remembered something else, which you don't know. When you gave me that script years ago, like a couple of years ago, I was really busy and I didn't have time to read it. I remember I gave it to you to read because I trust her. And I said, tell me, should I get involved with this project? Didn't I?
And I said I loved it.
That's what she said.
That's what I wanted to hear. I'm like, what did you think?
You didn't know that part.
I just I remember this sitting on the couch,
Yeah.
Jill, because I didn't have time to read it. And sometimes I'll call on my friends that I trust.
Sure.
Because I get a lot of scripts. And sometimes my husband will read them. Hi, Tim. Say hi to Tim. I just
Hi,
say hi,
Tim.
He'll read them
Hi,
too, and he'll
Tim.
say,
Hi.
do this. He reads my more intelligent scripts that I don't understand. I'll be like, what does this mean? He's like, oh, you got to do this one. This is good. But no, Jill read it, and she loved it. And that's what, prompt me to have dinner with you. And Jill's also in the movie. You trusted me.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does Jill play? I didn't know you were in the movie.
Patrick trusted me when I said, can you do me a favor and hire this wonderful actress from Long Island? And he trusted me.
Yeah, I did a little
What do you do?
day player part in
A
the
day-
wedding
Oh.
for Alexia.
Yeah.
Came up with the name. So I get to be like a snarky little wedding guest. It's a lot of fun.
I have
Snarky
tons
little
of
friend.
support.
Nice.
It's a large cast. I have
Oh my God,
52
so
speaking
excited
roles.
about this cast.
Wow.
Which on a low budget film is
It's
is
a
tricky
lot.
casting. But I have a lot of these small little roles, but each one is important.
Very
to
Oh,
the
God.
whole thing.
It's so important, the roles. And I'm so excited about this cast because everybody in New York wants to be in this movie now that the cast is growing. But you can't just throw everybody in it. But I mean, we've got the boys here, and we've got Deborah Twist.
Yeah, Deborah
who,
Twist.
What a role for her, right? And again, Marcus and Patrick trust me. Well, Patrick was like, okay, she's too beautiful to play that role I have in my head that I wrote. And we're like, of course she's beautiful, but it'll work. We've got Tyler Hollinger, Marshall Simon,
Marshall Simon,
Logan Sutherland, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me what names.
Veronica Dash.
Veronica Dash. Oh my God,
Malky
Veronica Dash.
McCourt.
Malky McCourt.
Malcolm McCourt. We have a combination of a lot of up and
Oh my
comers
God.
and some
Great.
real seasoned veterans.
Season. Malky paid Marcus and I the best compliment on set. Do you remember what he said to us at the end of the day? That he had so much fun being on our set and loved working with us young people.
Oh, that's right.
Do
Yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh,
That was
I
beautiful.
still have that picture too. That's
Yes.
great. I love.
I mean, working
he was
with
so amazing to
icons.
work with. He's such a sweetheart. And the thing about him too is that he's always kind of cracking like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even like no matter what's going on, I would just walk by him and he would just like stop me for a second and would say something really
Mm-hmm.
funny and out there, and it would always just put a smile on my face.
There's so many
He was so much
Joseph's
fun to
really
work
good
with.
too.
I was just going to say that. What's his last
Joseph
name?
Min-
Talk.
Joseph,
How do you say it?
We're so bad with names. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Joseph
Remember the
Joseph.
movie
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused?
Oh my God.
Those
Right
were-
now, I'm dazed and confused
Okay.
on who I'm looking at.
No, but that movie had a lot of unknown actors.
Right.
I feel like this
Oh, they're
cast,
popping.
we have a lot of people who are future stars in this film.
And they're funny and they're playing some fun roles. And we have the most amazing costume designer who is dressing our
Montgomery
characters.
Montgomery
Fraser.
Fraser,
Right.
who is a genius.
He's a
And
genius.
the clothes are essential
clothes
to
are
the
beautiful.
film.
They're
Sure.
beautiful.
Because these are very stylish characters. Again,
Yes.
it's from those
Oh,
30s
yeah.
movies. They're rich, they're good looking, they're sophisticated. This is what I'm calling grade A escapist entertainment. And this is what
love
we're
it.
trying to
I
create.
love your
So the look
colorful
of it-
adjectives. They're
Yeah.
very
You're
good.
smart. That's
I
good words.
really-
like it.
Oh my God! Okay, young actor in LA. First
Jerry
time meeting-
Breezy. No.
First time I'm meeting with the manager. 5 minutes talking, she looks at me. Are you sure you want to be an actor? You're awfully smart. And I said I'm a lot smarter than I look. So
With Nicky too, if I might add, we have amazing locations, and locations are really important to a film. And we have an amazing production designer who you guys know, Corey Dinskin
Yes,
from
Corey
Long
Dinskin
Island.
is Yes. wonderful.
And when Patrick met with me after we were starting to put the pieces together for the cast, you said, "Donna, help! I need a production designer. I have this vision." I'm like, "Oh, I got the girl." Right?
yeah. I interviewed her on the phone. I talked to her for 5 minutes. I got her. She got me. You're hired.
Wow.
I don't
Now, I
worry.
gotta tell you, I can't get a word in edgewise with Ian here. He's talking so
I know.
much.
Come on, you're
Come
the
on,
star.
Ian, speak.
I know I'm out of control.
Tell us how you got
So how did
started.
you get involved in all this?
I asked him that question too.
How about I ask the question, do you?
I don't know who to answer now.
Just look at each person.
It's
I
fun.
mean,
That's what
how
I'm
did I
doing.
get started with Nick and Nikki?
Yes.
I responded to an ad on
One of the acting websites.
Yeah, I'm one of the acting websites, Mandy.com.
Which are
Okay.
important.
Yes,
Which
they
is,
are.
it's a great website. It's a free website, but it recently changed, which I'm not thrilled about. So,
Tell us
Mandy,
about it.
if you're watching, go back to the way you used to be.
Stage 32 is a
And how did you get started in acting so I can keep the momentum
Oh,
going?
when I was 2, I was a lamb in my church's nativity scene.
A lamb. You should have said to
Yeah.
be baby Jesus.
He went for the part.
I would have cast you as baby
My
Jesus.
sister actually played baby Jesus.
All right.
But another year. She was older than me.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, there's something to be said
And you were
about
a
that.
lamb, and you got the bug. That was
Yeah.
it.
So I did a summer conservatory called NISA. Then I also went to SUNY New Paltz and studied theater there, and did an acting apprenticeship at Actors Theater of Louisville before moving here. And I'm still studying at Upright Citizens Brigade and with a guy Bob Krakauer, which I took
Bob is great.
took my first Bob class and booked a Nick and Nicky audition for Nick and Nicky about a week later.
And
That's what you did?
Yeah.
Ian's a great
That's what I
example
did.
of how important training is. I auditioned other actors who were very good looking. They didn't have the training. He has the training. He understands diction. He understands language.
very
And this all comes out of the training. So
Are you saying I'm not good looking
And
anymore?
tell them how we met. How weird this
Oh,
is. Wait till you hear this.
so I sometimes go to One-on-One, which is a
Sure.
really good networking studio. And so Donna has a really fantastic class.
Which
that
Alana
took.
and I go to take now.
And we worked on 5 Easy Pieces, which was
That's
a
fun.
blast.
But there's great teachers there. Take it with
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
It's a great school.
Yeah. Donna teaches... Where else do you teach?
I do workshops at Actors Green Room,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah,
wonderful for Screen Actors Guild, Actors Connection.
You work with John Pilata still?
Yes, and John, of course.
When John was on his way to special
I
with
actually
John.
just cast some of his people, and they're in Nick and Nicky. Quite a few of his students are in Nick and Nicky in our townhouse scene.
Yes.
Yes. See, if that's it. It's all starting out networking.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a really funny story because Patrick and I had dinner, and he was asking me about getting Sean for the movie and everything, and I'm like, "Who's playing Nicky?" Right? He goes, "I found this guy. He's great. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know him. All right, if you say he's good, right?" So now you continue.
Oh, so that night, like an hour later. An hour later, I was in her class.
1 hour later in my class. I nearly died in the class, right? I'm like, oh my God, you are. And I'm thinking in my head as I'm meeting him, I'm like, this kid's got talent. I got to put him somewhere. And he's the kid that he just told me about he hired.
And then later on, I get a text from her saying, Ian was in my class.
And he's probably like, what, was she drinking or something? But you never know what life is going to bring. How weird is that? We were talking about you an hour ago.
Yeah.
But it's
Crazy.
a good lesson. It's a good lesson for people to know who are struggling out there. There's so much talent in New York
Oh,
City and other
gosh.
places that's not discovered. And I actually took some flack for casting an unknown opposite me because I'm not a name. So I needed to find. They said, "Oh, you got to find a name. You got a name." I said, "No, I'm going to find. There's the right young actors out there for this role," and we found them.
And they're perfect together, and they're so adorable. Oh, and Mary is your mother. Mary
Lauren.
Yes.
Mormon. I auditioned her yesterday for my
She's
new pilot.
amazing.
She's wonderful.
I worked with her also on another film, and I got to see her do like a dramatic horror performance, and it was just amazing. She's so talented. I love Mary.
She's great. And Jill has a hottie that plays her man in Nick and Nicky that was in Exile Out East with us. Beth.
Who, Beck? Yeah.
Remember, I mentioned this guy
Yeah.
one day. We're talking about a man to be in the scene with Jill, and I'm like, oh my God, I got this great guy. I just cast him in the new TV series I'm doing called Exile Out East. I'm like, his name is Beck Marcus. He's like,
I know Beck.
dude, I had Beck in mind for this role.
I told Beck about the film when I was
Wow.
we were working on a commercial together years ago when I was working on the Rough
See?
Draft. I said, Beck, don't worry, I will put you in my film somewhere, and I ended
How
up getting in the
crazy.
film through Donna. So
And
It's a very small,
It's small
Yes,
industry.
it is a small.
That's why
one.
you never
Everyone,
know
everyone knows
Yes.
everybody.
That's true.
I have literally popped on a film sets, ran like either for whatever position I was doing, and I will get on there not knowing a single soul, and by the end of the day, I'm just like, wait, you know this person, you know this person, you know this and this. It's just so crazy.
Well, and going back to what she said earlier about it is a family.
It
We
is.
created
Yeah.
this wonderful family, and I love that. And yeah, sometimes families squabble a little bit. But,
Oh, yeah,
but
it's fun.
we created this wonderful family feeling on set, and I think Marcus and I worked very hard to create this ambiance on set where people thrive. And they're having fun. And after
Right.
that wedding scene shoot, all the actors, all the crew came up to me and they
Fun.
said, I have never had so much fun on a set.
That's
And
great.
That made me
That's
feel awesome.
awesome.
So.
No, it is fun.
I know
and
we
it's great.
had a good time.
We had a great time with you guys.
And you, I was so
And
scared.
it was cold.
Yeah.
It was
It was
freezing.
freezing.
I was so worried.
You guys are outside, and I felt so bad because you were
It was
wearing this
fun.
like warm looking vest, and I'm like, so yeah, we're gonna have to lose
But
the
you
vest,
did
and
it.
you were
You
like,
liked it.
Hopefully, I didn't look like I was freezing.
No,
You didn't at all.
He knows.
no.
I
There
even
you
did
go.
a little cameo. of Nikki.
And I was a popsicle out there.
I saw photos of you on Facebook,
looked
and
good.
it's raining, and you're putting.
It's snowing.
Oh, it started
was
raining. It started
Snowing,
snowing
raining.
at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
supposed
was
to be winter though, so it worked for
Yeah.
the scene.
Yeah.
So.
And
Yeah.
we shot that scene in the Hamptons,
Yeah, it
and
was
we
great.
shot at Vanderbilt's. Oh, and Consuelo's in our movie, right? How
Right.
great
Yeah.
is that?
Consuelo
mean,
Vanderbilt.
Oh
She
my
probably got
God.
the Vanderbilt.
The Vanderbilt
Yeah.
scene is on
And we have
YouTube.
Consuelo Vanderbilt in our film.
You know, we never got a chance to play that quick video clip. Did you want to run that
Do
still?
we have time?
Yeah, we have time.
Oh,
Vicky, you
fun.
got 2 seconds to run that clip. You know, we got right into this so fast. We had the clip to go. And let's see if we can get that clip up.
They can find it on the Nick and Nikki
Okay, well,
website.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
the email clip.
Well,
Okay, that's fine.
If you want to know more information,
Yeah,
you
why
can
don't we
see
do
some of my
that?
films. Just go
Yes.
to nickandnickythemovie.com.
Nick and Nick the movie.
Nick and
Nikki.
Themovie.com. You can see some of the scenes we filmed. The wedding scene trailer is on there, which is spectacular.
Got it.
And you can find more information about getting involved with the film.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also, we have, I'm sorry to
Go
interrupt you,
ahead,
but
please.
we have a lot of big scenes coming up, and we'd love to open the possibilities to people that want to, maybe want to act or just be on a film set, and we would look for Aviance people.
And how would you find?
Yes, we
if
need lots of
anybody wants to
ambiance.
do background on this, or
This one over there.
ambiance.
Email Jerry Parisi, and he'll give it to me.
You know what? That's fine. gparisi2 at optonline.net, and I'll forward it all over to Donna McKenna.
No, if you don't mind, we have a great party scene, right, coming up.
Wait a minute, I want to be in
Oh,
this
yeah.
party scene now. I want to drink.
You're off. You'll come in.
Oh,
and,
you're going to be in another scene. I
Oh,
need
that's
to-
true.
yeah,
You do
yeah.
have me in another
Yes,
scene.
yes.
See, once you get a good-looking guy like me, you can't let me go. And sadly, about good-looking people, we got the 4 beautiful owners of this wonderful television station: Tom Mealy, Vicky Mealy, Janine Zarilli, and the iconic Tommy Moore. And from them, we here at the Filmmaker Show are so grateful we're on this channel. But from Donna McKenna and Jill and the wonderful cast of Nick and Nikki, how can they get in touch with you quickly?
PatrickAskin@gmail.com, and
Got
my
it.
website as an actor is patrickaskin.com.
And with that, good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Filmmaker Show.
Thank
Good night.
you. Good
Thank you.
night.